Alright, now I'm back with another review for you guys, and as you can see, we got My Hero Academia Stain by McFarlane Toys. I got him secondhand, so I never had the packaging. Yeah, let's just get into him. Just first of all, he's got awesome paint. He looks cool. Like, he doesn't really have any paint issues that I can see. There's definitely areas where, like, maybe a little bit more paint could be used, but overall, I feel like McFarlane really must just like the way this character looked, because I feel like they just went ham on this dude. Like, he looks awesome. But, yeah, let's do his articulation. So, I can't tell if his head has two different joints or not necessarily, but it definitely moves at the neck, and that's where he tends to want to articulate on his head. You can get a little bit of turn on him, but you can't get too much, and I feel like you can't force it because he has his little bandana that goes across his eyes, like, it's on the back of his head, so it does hinder his articulation a little bit in his head. But, I mean, at the cost of him looking really good. Let's see. I think he'll T-pose. Yeah. He gets about a nice T-pose. Which, you know, I feel like that's the standard. It does need to go above a T-pose, but you need to at least hit the T-pose. And then, because he doesn't have super big arms, he's got a good bend. And he's got bicep swivel. That'll go 360 if you wanted to. He doesn't have much torso. Like, he'll twist, and there's even, like, ratchets almost. But, yeah, he can bend a little bit forward, but he won't stay, like, because of all the rubberized plastic and stuff. Or I guess it's just rubber, whatever, but he really won't hold any sort of torso pose besides twisting. He does have little ball joints in his hands, and if you can get that to move, you could get it to move in different ways, which is possible. Just tricky, especially with the way his little cuffs are designed. I want to see if I can get it to... Yeah, there you go. So you can get it to twist. And then that'll allow you to basically move it the other way. But, it's got a really good kick. I don't want to say, okay, maybe not really good, but it's a good kick, especially for McFarlane. And then he also has a really, really good split. And he even goes back too. Like, McFarlane's normally don't really do that at all. I mean, most Marvel Legends really don't either, but yeah, he can go back with his legs too, which is cool. He's got a double jointed knee. Ooh. Because he's kind of got baggy pants, if you want to utilize this joint, you're going to have to get the top down a little bit more before the bottom. It could be worse. It's not a bad bend at all, honestly. He doesn't have any sort of swivel anywhere on his legs. I mean, some McFarlane's will kind of swivel up here. His seemed pretty locked in place, actually. Like, they specifically did not want it to really do that. And then he's got little ankle ball joints, which they don't go back very far. Forward, however, is pretty good. And then they do pivot too, and then if you even wanted to, you can turn that back, and then you could have them go sideways. Which, you know, is cool. But, yeah, overall, he's a pretty good looking figure. Now, assumedly, he would have come with, like, a stand, but because I got him secondhand from someone else, he doesn't have one. And to be fair, the guy did not tell me he was going to send the stand, so I don't know if something happened to it, or maybe he just wanted to keep it. I don't know. It was never said he was going to give it to me. Dude gave me this dude for like $15, so. And you can see a little bit, I think it's a little bit of chew mark. It's not even bad. It's like a dog, like, literally bit it one time very softly. But, you can see the chips in the sword. And then the handle's actually painted over, and then you can see the under part of it, which is cool. But yeah, he's a pretty dope figure. Let's get some scaling in though. Here he is with Endeavor, and here he is with Lemillion. But yeah, overall, he's a pretty awesome figure. He's got pretty good articulation, even nullifying the fact that he has pretty bad torso and neck articulation. The rest of it, pretty good. And he's not super hard to get to pose. I mean, he's balancing like this. Took me a second to figure it out. I will say, he doesn't necessarily, I think it's the ball joints. They don't necessarily have a pivot. They just twist on both ends. As far as I can tell, it's not technically like a pivot like Marvel Legends have, but regardless, he's dope. Definitely my favorite My Hero Academia figure I have so far. But I'd highly recommend him. If you get him for retail, definitely get him. If you really love Stan, you probably won't regret buying him for more than retail. But yeah, I think that'll be it.